folks, Transit Joe here, and today we're going to talk about something I made a video of before, and my favorite bus lines, bus transportation agency or company, JGT Transportation. They have since been sold. It's not the original owner anymore, but this is the owners are Desiderio Gonzalez and Maria Rosita Gonzalez, which passed away recently, very recently. Desi himself is up in age. He's 92 now, but as of 3 years ago, he was still driving charters to Orlando, and as of a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, he was driving routes into the Florida Keys. We're not going to talk too much about the history of the company and all that. We're just going to talk about what it, what survival is, surviving instincts. Okay, JGT, also known as All American Bus Inc. and A1 Tours at the time, was founded by the Gonzalez's, and they started a route into, apart from charters, it started first as charters. They started running a route into the Florida Keys. They just went to mile marker 98, eventually worked their way to Isle Morada, and then down to Marathon, their furthest point. We're going to do Route 301 on an extra long video one day, maybe on another camera, because these GoPros, the batteries don't last that long. But that's a few months away, I think. But the company was doing fine. They started their service in '96. They started adding to it. They started adding buses. They started with mini buses. Then they brought in 40-foot city buses, Grumman's. I think they bought them from Broward County. As they needed more buses, they started going to the MCI market with MCI MC5s and MC8s, 9s. They even had MC 10283, right? Till about 2005, 2006. And in 2000 and late 2006, they lost the contract. I think it's 2006. They lost the contract for the Route 301 because they started the route. Let me go back and make myself clear. The route started, of course, a state and then county funding. It eventually became a route of Miami-Dade Transit. It's a very popular route because if you're not familiar with South Florida, Florida Keys is a very expensive place to live. Very nice, very beautiful, very tropical, but it's expensive. And a lot of the businesses there, they can't get employees, local employees, because a lot of people can't afford to live in the Keys. So they get most of their employees from the South Dade, Miami area. Some would come as far as the city of Miami, but they started this route in Florida City, did a couple stops in Florida City, and then headed straight south into the Keys. And this is almost 100% all workers that they were commuting, and there were articles in the paper and all about that. Desi developed the route by word of mouth and everything, and then they expanded the route. He was instrumental into the scheduling, and even though it was managed by Miami-Dade Transit, he was very instrumental in shaping the routes, the departure times, and all that. In 2006, damn it, see that? In 2007, am I invisible or something? In 2006, the county decided to put the contract up for bid, and American Coach Lines put in a presentation. And I'm not going to go into details how they got the contract, because it's very, yet another beautiful rainbow. it's very controversial as to what happened. But American Coach Lines at that time bid it for the route. I think they actually bid it slightly higher than JGT, but they still got the contract because they were offering to put it to service, something a big company can do and mom and pop operators like JGT couldn't do, which is brand new buses. So they put brand new, they started the contract with brand new buses using mostly JGT ex-employees. People were happy, brand new coaches, cold air conditioner, MCI, D-Series, D4505s. But they destroyed those buses, destroyed the contract. That's for another video. But Desi and Maria and JGT were able to keep the route 302, which is a shadow of the 301 is. I don't know if the camera picking up a beautiful rainbow. The 302, which did a video on it, just serves Ocean Reef in Key Largo, northern Key Largo. And it was, that time was 3 trips in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 7 days a week. It was only for employees. You couldn't ride that route unless you're an employee of Ocean Reef. Beautiful rainbow. 2 of them now. I sure hope it's recording it. Amazing sight. So, American destroyed the route. JGT, they stayed afloat somehow. Take this exit here. With just a 302. It went from all that money coming in to only 3 in the morning, 3 afternoon trips. You could barely make it. They were able to get a contract for the Port of Miami, Port of Miami courtesy shuttle, and they kind of, kind of helped. Still wasn't enough. They had older coaches. They still have the A3s, C3s, second-hand, third-hand buses. They eventually acquired 2 newer DL3s, and the old man, JGT, they actually went out to the businesses, the main businesses in the Florida Keys, and asked them, how's the bus service? Are they treating you okay? Your employees coming in on time? They gave him a resounding no. And I don't know the details how this negotiation came out, but amazingly, these hotels, it was 4 hotels in Key Largo that actually asked JGT to do a private shuttle, not funded by the county, funded by them, for their hotels, for their employees, and so they can assure their employees to get there on time. JGT started the service with a pretty large cutaway, a minibus type. It wasn't really a minibus, but it's a cutaway, brand new, that the hotels purchased for him. So it got JGT back on his feet, more or less. Whenever that bus was down for service, JGT would use one of their MCIs for that service. I drove that route several times as a last-minute favor because a regular employee hadn't showed up. Ocean Reef themselves. Well, let me go back on that. after that route, he went as far as to go down to the Hawks Cay resort that people tell him they were having problems getting employees there on time. And Hawks Cay also agreed to pay for a bus for the employee, one trip in the morning, come back in the afternoon, from Florida City, from the same parking ride or area that 301 was using. Eventually, he lost. They put the 301 and the 302 into a package, and he lost both routes. It was underbidded by $3, I think, by a company called America's Transportation, or Safeguard DBA America's Transportation. They actually fixed that 301 route a bit because the quality of service that American coach lines. Grief. Told you I don't have the gift of gab. They were providing this awful service. So right now they're more management intensive, and their service hasn't been bad. It wasn't as hands-on as JGT because America's Transportation is a bigger company and they have a lot of contract charter work and ports and stuff like that. So now Desi was JGT. I keep saying Desi as his name, but JGT now was space with nothing. Just a couple of contracts on the port, and it took a lot of fuel deadheading just to get over to that contract. Just that one contract and a couple of charters here and there. And the service to the Keys and Hawks Cay. But he went to Ocean Reef asking the same question, how's the service? And they said, not very good. Ocean Reef actually was paying JGT, and up to the day of the sale, they were paying to bring employees in and out during the midday hours when the 302 was not working. It's not because the 302 was providing a bad service, it's that the county eliminated one trip on the 302. Was it done to get rid of JGT or not? I don't know. Everybody has their own opinion. But it's amazing what a ma and pa business, when you depend on that business for your expenses, your meals, how creative you can get, and how talk about people that are in their 80s and now, like I said, Desi's 92. They finally sold the company a year and a half ago, and it still operates those contracts to the Keys plus more charters. They invested in newer equipment, the newer version of JGT. So I know I kind of rambled. I don't know how to tell a story, but it shows you how you can't crush some people, how determined they are to stay afloat. I'm telling you, I was as part of my job, I supervised the Route 301. It was a horrible transition from JGT to American Coach. American Coach eventually went bankrupt and were sold. The Miami base was sold to Horizon, and now Academy has their VIP service lot there. So that's it for this video. I'm in Olympia Heights, going to my parents' house, going to see my mama. And you know the drill. Like, subscribe, comment if you liked it. I've done something to say. I'll try to edit this video to get some of the mumbling out of it, make it easier for you to hear my voice. And I'm at my destination. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.